Would a pre-match team talk be useful to you at this point? A few uplifting words to take with you as you pull on the shirt, tie your boots, perform a few light stretches and generally try to get your head in the right place, ready to go out there and read this book. I ought to be able to help. I've sat in enough dressing rooms with enough football managers. So how about this one from the late and revered Sir Bobby Robson? The scene is the Estadio Tecnológico in Monterrey, Mexico. The year is 1986. England are about to face Poland in our third and final match of the World Cup group stage. Thus far, things have not exactly been running to plan. Indeed, disaster would be one of the polite words for what has unfolded over this past fortnight in the dripping Mexican heat. We have managed to lose to Portugal and draw with relatively low Morocco, while scoring precisely no goals. Meanwhile, we have lost our captain, Brian Robson, to a shoulder injury, and our vice-captain, Ray Wilkins, has been sent off and suspended for the unusual offence of throwing the ball at the referee. To be fair, the ball didn't exactly strike the referee, it arrived at his feet, but it arrived there pretty fast, flung by Ray in frustration after an offside decision that he didn't entirely agree with, and that, in a sense, merely further encapsulates the misery of this particular England campaign. Even when we try to hit the referee from 10 yards, we miss. And now we face Poland, who have no reputation for being a pushover and who stand ominously between us and the worst of all World Cup ignominies, limping home in shame after the group phase. And beyond that, the bravely borne but still painfully visible disappointment of our families and friends, the inevitable barracking in the tabloids, the season-long dog's abuse from the stands. Some big words were called for then, as Sir Bobby stood in front of his pretty demoralised troops, something resounding from the man in charge, with all of our reputations on the line, including his own. Now, you won't find a player who worked under him who didn't respect Sir Bobby Robson, and who didn't regard him as a profoundly wise man and a superb human being. But when it came to energising teams through the power of rhetoric alone, well, let's just say that even at the best of times, Sir Bobby didn't exactly have a reputation for being football's Martin Luther King. Indeed, it was on the basis of his performances as a pre-match speaker that some of the players had taken to referring to him as Mogadon, in honour of the famous anti-insomnia tablets. Generally speaking, when you gathered in front of Sir Bobby, you would be in for a lecture, long and detailed. Sir Bobby's favourite prop was the flip chart, a giant pad of white paper on a stand which he would patiently prepare beforehand with diagrams and graphs and statistics, covering all eventualities of the game that lay ahead. These he would solemnly work through, turning those pages over sheet after sheet, while we all sat there, pinching ourselves and trying to prevent sleep from setting in. This much we all knew in advance then. Moreover, as is often the case at this stage of a World Cup, the situation in the group going into that game against Poland was slightly complicated. A win would see us go through to the knockout rounds, but a draw might also be enough, depending on what happened in the group's other remaining game, which was being played simultaneously. There were permutations, in other words. It was the kind of thing, one realised with sinking spirits, that would lend itself very well to some of Sir Bobby's famous flip charts. Yet that day, in the dressing room, to everyone's surprise, the top page of the flip chart was blank. Nothing was written on it at all. Instead, Sir Bobby called for everyone's attention and said, "Lads, I could go through all the permutations of the results, but all of that is irrelevant if we do one thing. If we win this match and we go through, it's that simple. Everything that's happened in the tournament up to now, none of that matters. If we win, and we can win, I know that. You know that. So let's go and do it. Here, now, against Poland. Let's smash them. Do it for the country. Turn it all around. Make yourselves proud. Make the nation proud." You could feel these words really beginning to get a hold on everyone. Redemption, a rewritten story, and ahead of us, a fresh shot at glory. It was brilliant. Nothing complicated, just a simple, direct appeal to the task in hand. Job done. We were on our feet. Terry Fenwick, Peter Reid, Terry Butcher. I could feel the adrenaline tingling in my system. People were shouting, "Come on!" and clapping and pumping their fists, utterly fired up. We felt unbeatable, like there was nobody who could stand in our way, Poland or anybody else for that matter. Let us at them.